Bye. So this does bring
Bye,
up like
Sonic.
how I really like how the like combos work compared to like how they were in like Sonic 2 or Sonic 3, where like you can call on Tails when you're about to fall into a pit. Or
Yeah. See, I felt like I was cheating every time I did that.
he's so broken.
Yeah,
Alright.
really,
And
I don't feel like dying to that pit.
pits weren't really
so
even.
one thing we should bring up.
Oh, sorry, you go ahead. I was done.
You go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say,
No,
yeah,
MG,
pits
you
were
go
basically.
ahead. You haven't been speaking at all, man.
Well, okay, I was just gonna say, pits were basically like not even an obstacle in the game because you just press square and or whatever you press on the Xbox and whoosh, you are flying.
Yeah. There were times though where like I would not realize I was falling into a pit, and then I would call Tails, and I was just too deep to even get out. Though it's like, come on, just a little more. No.
And it's like no. In co-op, you can press R2 to bring your partner to your position. So you can just be like, press R2, save me,
Yeah.
which was kind of funny.
Um. So before we move on to Oil Desert, we should talk about like in Act 3. In Act 3 of White Park. There's that one section near the end of the level where if you mess up, you're screwed.
Oh
Like
yeah,
you're under you're underwater. There's all those like freezing seal
Oh yeah,
things, and if you don't make it past them in time, there's no way to get past them, and you have to just kill yourself.
you can't even kill yourself. I think you have to wait to suffocate.
Which is still essentially killing yourself. But there are spikes.
Right, but it's just so annoying. It's like, oh, okay, maybe I didn't notice.
But still, that's not cool. Like I'm fine with there being a challenge, but I don't like having like one shot to do something in such an early level in the game too.
hmm
Granted, I've only ever like died to it once, but I still think it's a horrible idea to have that there.
if you're
Yeah, I agree that it wasn't a good idea. It's from a level design perspective.
mhm. If you're like trying to take things
Go ahead.
slower, I know it's a Sonic game, but if you're trying to take things
Mhm.
slower, you're screwed basically.
Yeah.
Especially if you like see them and you're
Again,
like,
it's like
oh gosh, they're moving. I need to get the heck out of the way, and then, oh, they just blocked me off. Okay.
Yeah.
They are easy to avoid, but if you mess up, like if you're even slightly off, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Which is annoying.
And I just think that was dumb.
At the very least,
But
they should just hurt you instead of screwing you over completely.
there should be some way to destroy the like ice.
Yeah.
Like I'm fine with it blocking paths, but I'm not fine with it like blocking off the final path. Alright, so
Yeah.
I think we've said all we can say about that zone, so Oil Desert Zone. I'll admit, like when I first saw screenshots of this zone, I didn't like it because it looked really empty and just like there was just random
Mhm.
stuff thrown around. But in the actual game, it looks pretty cool
hmm
because like there's a lot more machinery that you don't see in the screenshots.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, a screenshot from a Sonic game only captures a very small fragment of the level. It's not like, oh, that's a good enough information to tell me what the whole level's like.
So one thing I never noticed the first time I played it, but like when I played it on co-op with MG, what happened was like I never knew that those enemies that could shoot fire, they could set the oil on fire.
Oh yeah.
Fun times were had.
That hurt us a time or two. Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, so anyways, I I still think Act 2 has a bit of trolling from Sega, though. Like, they, I swear, like, there's parts of Act 2 that seem like they were just, like, trolling the people who didn't like Episode 1. Like, there's the one section with, well, like, the very beginning of the song, it sounds like dying ducks. Like, let's not even lie. The beginning of that song sounds horrible. The rest of the song is okay, but the beginning is like, my ears. What have you done to them? So I'm convinced that might have been like them trying to troll the people who didn't like Episode 1's music, because nothing else in the game is like that.
But
the other... Okay, you go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say the other thing is speed boosters, like, all at the same time.
Yeah. So in case someone watching this hasn't played the game, there's one section in Act 2 where Sonic goes up a really tall wall by, like, going through 7 speed boosters in a row. There is a thing called springs or level design. Just throwing that out there. But I swear that I can't help but think that was just to piss off people who didn't like either Episode 1's physics or just the amount of speed boosters.
This game had too many speed boosters. I'm going to complain.
The sad thing is people do complain about that. Sonic fans...
Well, I mean, if there were like hundreds in every level, it might be a legitimate complaint.
Yeah. So, Act 3, the one where you're climbing the towers and getting out of the way of traps and stuff.
Oh.
A crude trap.
That was a nice change of pace.
It's actually a fun level to speedrun if you use, like, tails. Because, like, you can get him to take you up to places and then spin dash and then do all sorts of fast stuff, and it's actually pretty cool to see, like, how quickly you can get out of there.
Right.
Because it doesn't force you to stay with the sand.
Mm.
Or it doesn't match your pace, like some games where it's like, oh, you thought you were getting ahead, but we'll just catch up to you because big difficulty.
Woo.
Yeah, or like those racing games where the computer never really gets too far behind you, even if you're smoking them.
Rubber band AI. Okay, so then there's the boss of Oil Desert, which is Tetris.
Tetris.
Personally,
Without the music, unfortunately.
Personally, that was one of my favorite bosses of the game. Just because the concept was cool. You know, Eggman makes the giant junk robot, and then you have to climb a tower to defeat him. And yeah, just the ending kind of seemed like it was thrown in there, though.
Yeah. The boss was fun.
I felt like
the boss was fun. It was a cool gimmick. The only thing I didn't like was just the song. 5 minutes of over and over and over and over and over and over and got over. Like, I'll be honest, I actually like that song. Like, I like the song, but I don't like it as a boss music. I like it as just a jingle or something. It's way too short. Especially for a 5-minute long boss.
It's too short for how long the bosses are. Because back in the Genesis era of Sonic, you beat a boss in 10 seconds. You know, it's not like, oh, this takes 4 minutes. Good grief.
Yeah, and even then, though, like the classic games had longer songs. Actually, that's kind of sums up one of my bigger complaints about the game. Like, I like the music in it, but it's all very short. Like the guy who made it doesn't want to make his songs more than 30 seconds long. It's like, okay, this is getting too long. We need to loop it now.
Now.
The songs aren't bad. They're just too short. And honestly, I think I would have liked the music a lot better. Like, in not episode 1, in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, the way they handled, like, the different acts having different music was that, like, the second act would have, like, a variation of the same song, but it wouldn't be its own unique song. And Sonic Colors did that, too.
I think worked really well.
Yeah, what I think they should have done with the music in episode 1 and 2 was, like, take the 3 different act songs, make them one long song, and then just have variations of that for each act. That would have worked a lot better. And for an example of, like, how that would work better, Mario and Sonic at the 2012 London Olympic Games, ridiculously long title. Like, they have a version of Splash Hill that's all 3 acts put together into one song, and it sounds great. And it's just like, why didn't you do that for the rest of the game?
Truthfully, the Olympic Games, the best part of them is the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. The Olympic Games, like, those have so many good remixes.
It's like...
Oh, I know.
But...
I haven't played any since the first one, but it's always cool to listen to them.
I'll be honest,
when somebody rips it.
I'll be honest, I have not played any of the Olympic Games except for the demo of the 3DS one. But I have listened to the soundtracks of them on YouTube, and they are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I don't think we have anything else to say about Tetris Boss. So...
Other than the Tetris music would have been better.
Oh my god.
Because it lasts longer.
Even if it didn't last longer, it would have been so hilarious if during the boss fight they had the Tetris theme song playing. That would have been the best thing ever. Okay,
so probably would have sold some extra copies for them.
Yeah. Alright, so Sky Fortress Zone. Totally not Wing Fortress Zone.
No similarities at all there.
So we should probably talk about Act 1 separately because it doesn't play like the rest of the game.
Especially multiplayer, if you're doing co-op.
That stage in co-op is so difficult. Even if you know, like, to press the button to call Sonic to you, it still is like, oh crap, no, don't fall off, no!
Well, even the person playing Sonic can press the button to send themselves back to the plane, but in comparison to the single-player version where even when you get hit, the plane follows you, so it's not like, oh no, I got knocked off and I died. Whereas in multiplayer, you can get hit, and then it usually just knocks you off and kills you.
Yeah. I will say, though, I really did like Act 1. I've seen people complain that it was, like, too long, though.
It was definitely longer than most of the other acts, until you realize you can beat Metal Sonic.
Yeah, if you don't know you can beat Metal Sonic, it's definitely a long act. It's still kind of long without beating him, but I don't know. I don't think it was too long.
It's
like,
no, when you waste like 40 lives on it, though, like we did. Not proud of that, but
well, I'm not proud of the fact that MG and I got a game over fighting the Sky Fortress boss.